Good morning. We are live.
Good morning, everyone. It's September 5th, 2025.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening around the globe to brothers and sisters. Awesome day in paradise. We have a
Yes, it is.
special guest today, don't we, Dr. Nelson and Alia?
We do. It's Juliet. Hey, Juliet.
Yay! I'm
Juliet, one of our
special.
coaches in training. You are special.
Well,
Very
it's here. I was telling Dr. Kilt's not complaining, but it's 5 a.m. here in Springfield, Missouri. But shout
Oh,
out
yeah.
to my home state of New Jersey. Born and raised there, New York City. Home is where the heart is. So,
So I've
Aw.
I've always been interested in knowing why is it that some people say Missouri, some people say Missouri.
it
People
depends
say
where you
Missouri?
live. Yes, absolutely. It drives me
Oh.
absolutely nuts. A lot of people say Missouri. It's more sort of the country folk, but it depends where you're from in Missouri. And since I'm not from here, I'm not really sure. I don't sound like many people, including my husband, who's from Branson, Missouri, born and raised. So I don't have the accent yet, I don't think. But
I don't think
anyway,
so.
while I begin,
Go
Close
ahead
it
and
out.
give us
little
your
elevator.
story.
story. Yes.
Okay. Well, when I thought about what I was going to talk about, I'm 61 years old, and I thought about all the conditions, diseases, disorders, and I put them into 20-year gaps. So I probably spare you the first 20 years and kind of give you the last, 10 what brought me to carnivore, and we'll save the others for another interview. But I can give you a little bit of background on, starting in my probably 20s. I had very severe depression. And if you go back by my age, it's the 80s. So I spent a decade trying to, they had Prozac and Prozac. Those were your choices. And you never told
Hmm.
anybody, that was a secret. Now we're all like, well, what meds are you on, nowadays? But that's sort of a background to having sort of a very severe depressive disorder, along with anxiety that was diagnosed later, and also bipolar, which I was on a slew of meds. But when I went to, my third and final specialist, I went to the big city and Mayo Clinic and such. I was misdiagnosed with bipolar. So once they, got those meds down and everything, life continued. But I'm going to start a little later in life. What started sort of a lot of the symptoms of eating the sad American diet, did to me and how I cured it. So I was a mom of two daughters that were younger, and I lived in Boise, Idaho. And I started late in life, as far as working out, or, you know, I never worked out at all. I was always that tall. I'm 5'10", probably 5'9" now. That tall, skinny girl, in high school, and I was never athletic or anything. But probably midlife crisis hit, and I just felt like a lump, just I think by then the depression, anxiety, life, it just got to me and I felt terrible. So I thought, I'm going to hit the gym. And I still remember my first day walking into Gold's Gym in Boise, Idaho. And Dr. Kilt teaches us about the body as a temple, which I learned now, and it is. But back then, I looked at Gold's Gym with all the golds and the bodybuilders, and it was my temple. Sort of speeding that up, I started working out with a trainer, and I was like a deer in the headlights, never heard of a calorie, never counted. I didn't know anything. So when I started, I remember my first visit, the trainer handed me a piece of paper and said, eat this. And I looked at it and it was like turkey on whole wheat, oatmeal, egg whites, no fat, I don't know any different. And I'm like, "Oh, starve. I eat more than this." But I followed the diet and honestly had great gains. where do the problems start with that? And I think very much disordered eating for me. And it's not anybody's fault, but I was into that bodybuilding world very heavy. Didn't intend to be a builder or be like them or compete at all. I'm like 40. I'm a mom. And but I'm type A. And if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it perfectly. As a result, the training, and if you've been in this world, you may understand bodybuilders, it's a hard job. And if they're competing and making money doing it, as far as their diet. So, 3 weeks, I'm eating no fat, lean, da da da. And then my trainer hands me a piece of paper, now eat this. And it's like carb bulk, carb bulk, carb bulk, and supplements and creatine. And now you're dieting again. So I got in that very eat a lot. Okay, now you have to starve. And again, I'm middle aged at that time. I didn't know. And this is part of my end story. I became very addicted to weight training. And by addictive, I mean I got up at 4 a.m. because I was still a mom. I'd work out an hour and a half, go home, take care of the girls, go to work, go to the gym, at lunchtime and do another hour and a half. And
Wow.
just like you see on sitcoms, protein shakes, eating a lot, hard gainer, whatever. And it got fast forward so bad, it literally was to the point on Christmas Day, I broke down in tears because the gym wasn't open.
Ooh.
I could not miss a day. That's how much that addiction got to me. And then it came more of a body dysphoria. I mean, it did. I know you can't tell today. I had so much muscle and my shoulders were huge with striations, got a lot of attention. But in my mind, in the mirror, it wasn't big enough.
Mm.
So I went harder and harder and harder. And that's the nature and one part of my addictive personality. By the grace of God, we had to move for various reasons to Missouri about 5 years later, and probably before I got just worse. And the mama bear came out in my mind. Like I said, it's God thing. And I stopped the gym. I stopped the behavior. I had to take care of my kids. I was in Missouri by myself with the girls. They never lived here while my husband stayed in Idaho for 6 months. So I pretty much let go of that. And I let go of the measuring and all the stuff that I was taught to do. Um, but doing that so long, I then began to experiment with different eating plans, thinking, well, I should be on an eating plan, the big should. I always say should's a shouldy word. And I did find zero or carnivore diet in 2009. And the reason I was looking into these diets was I started feeling awful. I'm in my mid to late 40s. I was so depressed. Some days couldn't get out of bed. Medicine wasn't helping me. Psychiatry wasn't helping me. I don't know if I mentioned, I put myself inpatient, it, before I met my husband, but to get help and very little help. Anyway, looking to feel good. I came upon Charles Washington zeroing on health, and later found out recently that that's where Kelly Hogan and Dr. Lisa, they were on at the same time I was, and I became an actual moderator on that. And I did follow a carnivore diet for a while, um, but I didn't do it right at all. Having that mindset of fat is too much. We're not supposed to eat too much fat. I mean, I've learned that over 5 years with the trainers and things like that. So I didn't do it right. I end up requesting step down as moderator, but I did go into keto. So let's keep going in the years. It's 2010, 2011. I'm getting older, uh, approaching my 50s. And more and more things are happening. I mean, I'm not feeling well. I mean, there's so many things that happen, so many surgeries. I'll just name a few. I had tumors in my parotid glands causing blockages. So surgery one was on the right side, surgery two was on the left side. About a year later, and I was left paralyzed on the left side of my face. I could not shut my eye, and I had to have a gold bar implanted. I still have it, and my eye taped shut. So being depressed, not feeling well, and having a face that drooped like a stroke, paralyzed, couldn't see, but had to be a mom and work and, do that stuff. So things were getting bad. The second thing is having super bad reflux beyond the worst. Everything was acid constantly. I went to a couple doctors, scoped out, found I had a hernia. So right after these surgeries, I had hernia surgery. The stomach was moving up into the diaphragm
Mm.
because of the bodybuilding, because of the heavy weight training, and all the sit-ups and everything else I did. So I have it's faded cut right across under my ribs to get it out and down. Did not help the reflux whatsoever. I had a bad knee injury, not a sudden. It was from the bodybuilding and the excess I put on myself to lift more, lift heavier, lift like the guys. Really
Wow.
bad left knee, left it really damaged. Uh, and these are all consecutive. These are within months and a few years. I'm sure I'm missing some surgeries. I got out of bed one day and, I'm okay, but I kind of work out a little. I at least walk and things. I eat healthy because I'm on a keto diet, which includes lots of Atkins bars, lots of protein bars, lots of protein shakes, lean chicken, and what they call big, I won't say the word, butt salads. So I'm eating healthy and I'm not getting better. Anyway, one day I get out of bed and extreme pain in my foot. Go to the ortho. Yeah, my foot was broken from doing absolutely nothing. Here we go. Surgeries piling up. Again, I'm sure I'm missing out a couple things. Oh, and the last and one of the worst surgeries and major surgeries I've had is my right shoulder began to hurt really bad. And I was sort of back in weight training at home, the addiction at bay, just here and there when I could, but I kept lifting. That's just how I am. I'm like, I'm not going to an ortho. I truly believed he was going to say, you're headed towards 50. It's old age. It's arthritis. Nothing we can do because I've been told that my whole life. So I'm like, I am not going to be told I am arthritic. That's it. I didn't go. I kept working out on it until I couldn't. And then one day I was just went to pick up a pair of eyeglasses or something and totally lost it. Extreme pain. That surgery, and it was all due to those years of weight training, consisted of a full rotator cuff tear. I don't know how long I was walking around with that. A bicep tendon tear and a joint displacement. So it was a pretty heavy duty surgery. Again, it's leading to the depression, etc. I then again turned to dieting. Let's try the vegan diet. Let's try the vegetarian diet. Let's try the Episcopalian diet. I don't know, all in search of feeling better. The last part of this that led me to carnivore is in my 50s, my cholesterol was rising. My doctor was very concerned, but he just looked at me. He goes, you work out, you're healthy, good weight, whatever. We'll give you a year and put you on statins. My fasting glucose kept rising to the point where I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and put on metformin. Again, honest to heaven,
Oh,
my
wow.
doctor literally, he said, because I am frustrated. I am like, I eat healthy, high cholesterol. I don't eat fat. I'm doing everything right. Apparently, now I know I wasn't. Um, so he's just like, it's genetic. There is nothing you could do. And I'm in tears at this point. The next thing was high blood pressure. these are year after year after year as I hit 60. And I'm like, I've tried so hard and done, God love my friends, but I saw my friends that didn't try and they were getting the same at my age, they're getting the same diseases. I'm like, I'm just like them. Why did I bother? I mean, why did I bother trying to be healthier, whatever? Um, and then, and I, let me tell you, the IBS got so severe. And I hate the term because it's almost like we don't know what it is. So it's IBS. Doctor after doctor after doctor. It's not, my daughter does have chronic colitis, and my family has Crohn's, but it's IBS, but it started getting so painful. I couldn't sleep at night. I missed many a family event, like last minute, it would hit me. And then the main issue was the pain. Couldn't get rid of the pain. I literally was taking 5 or 6 Pepsid AC a day, maybe more, maybe more. I just kept popping. So I mean, I'm not sure what condition I've really left out. Oh, autoimmune. This was never really diagnosed, but for whatever reason, I started breaking out in hives all over my body. I went to many specialists. Friends were like, it was itchy. Friends were like, it's eczema, it's this. Um, Again, I do hit Mayo as a last resort, but what the hives started to do was then leave bruises. I wouldn't even touch them. And all over my arms, I don't know, doctors, if you ever heard of it, the hives would break back out. I wouldn't touch them and they would sort of heal as bruises. So I was just told, here's your steroids, steroid. And it did,
Mhm.
clear up. You're autoimmune, your body's fighting against itself. More steroids, more steroids, more steroids until I end up in the hospital because my adrenal glands, and I got more sick in the middle of the night. Those steroids, long-term use killed the adrenals. So there I am, a complete disaster, depressed, etc. And I had the brilliant idea, and I won't name the company, one of those well-advertised companies for women where you pay a mere $6,500 and you too can be a warrior. And they assign you a coach and a nutritionist, and they make you start plugging, weighing, measuring. I didn't know what a gram was, so I got on that. I won't say addiction because I hated it, but you eat 200 grams, you weigh 80 grams, you ate 80 grams of fat today. That's too much. I mean, you need more fruit. I'm like, I don't like fruit. Well, you have to eat fruit. So I'm paying for this nutrition class, personal coach and everything. IBS got worse. Everything got worse. And finally, one day, I got mad. And I'm like, this is it. Whatever this is, it's it. And I called the coach and I said, I'm done. You're not following and tracking my food. She was plugged into my apps. I can't do this. My IBS is so bad. This is not working for me. I quit. And she said, why don't you check out an elimination diet? That will help. And she said, take out like peanut butter this week and take 2 weeks and then take out eggs and in my mind, I'm getting sicker and I'm aging. I'm like, I don't have a year to do this. I don't have a year to take out one thing at a time of that sad American diet I was eating. So um, at that point, I got on Google and I started researching elimination diet. What I didn't really know what that was. And over a couple of months, I fell into the carnivore stuff. And like many of us, I think Sean Baker was the first at that time. And I thought, these people are lunatics. And I would go, I wouldn't watch anymore. But then I kept getting pulled back and pulled back and pulled back and hearing the stories. And I'm like, they have what I have. I'm going to give this a shot. And I did. I'm like, that's it. I'm doing this carnivore thing and I'm going straight into it. And oh my gosh, that was a bad first 5 weeks. I posted it on my YouTube channel. But thank God for community. People like Papa and Thomas, Target Prime Rib, and Rick, I mean, I will always remember the first people, you know, they just stick in your mind that were shouting at me in the chat, "Eat more fat, Juliet, eat more fat." And, you know, it was really Papa. I wonder if he's even on, but I told him this, and I do love him.
Oh,
But
he's here.
I remember in my mind going, "This man is the most annoying man in the world." Fine. I mean, at this point, you know, with depression and everything, I'm always angry anyway. I said, "Fine, I'm gonna shut him up and eat more fat." And I did. And, initially, I was still doing that weighing measuring for the other program that I quit, but, you know, it's paid for, so you're sort of still in it. And I upped it to well over 200 grams. Um, uh, Absolutely, I just started eating more fat focused, less protein. And there were days, and I hope this helps someone else, that perhaps is a 20-year dieter or a restrictor. I would put that, even though we weren't supposed to, I put that into my Fitness Pal, and there was many days that I would look and see 3,500, 4,500 calories, 240, and again, with community, I just talked myself off the ledge. I would just self-talk. "It's okay, see what happens. What's the worst that could happen, Jewel? This is fun. Just keep doing it. I could always go back." And and, and that self-talk and the mindset, although still, measured a little bit, it got me away from it pretty darn quickly because I didn't want to deal with looking at the numbers that I thought were bad. And going forward, I've never cheated. I mean, my whys were too strong for that. My blood pressure is mm, quickly, probably the first thing, my blood pressure is normal to low right now, and I'm off medications. I haven't taken my IBS medication. I kept it. It's the only one I didn't quite, do away. I kept it, but I didn't need the IBS medication anymore. My type 2 diabetes cured, reversed. I'm not on metformin. Um, I'm trying to think about, and Papa helped me with this because he's, again, community, people willing to share things that, can be embarrassing. I don't like sharing this. So this is my first live, and here I am, and it's like, oh gosh. But Papa's sharing his issues and weaning off these medications and such. And I did the same. It's slow. It, took 7 months, I think, but I'm not on anything. And, before you didn't know if you were going to get a very angry, freaked out type of me, or if you would get someone that wasn't getting out of bed. And the difference is night and day, absolutely night and day with where the depression, anxiety, I don't take anything. The last, and hopefully this can help somebody, was that reflux. That was really the last to be cured. I did what Dr. Berry said and propped the bed up at night. I did apple cider vinegar, and I had to do that. Then eating 3 meals, I had to do that in water every meal, and probably 4 times a day and before bed, and that did help. It didn't cure. I still had a little reflux. Carrie Mann, I should say everybody, that's what I love. Again, I use the word community how many times? Um, Carrie Mann said, don't drink water with your food. Don't drink so much water with your food. Eat your food. Enjoy your food. Have some water. It's a little side thing. Don't be drinking it down. And that helped. And then, I mean, I'm what, 6, 7, 8 months in by then. I went on vacation recently to Florida. I didn't carry my apple cider vinegar with me. I totally forgot to take it. I mean, this is my habit, whether and ever since then, and it's 3 weeks, 4 weeks now, I haven't used the apple cider vinegar. I have zero signs of reflux. That thing that has plagued me 40 years, but worse the last 10, so bad, that It's gone. It's 100% gone. Uh, the only thing that's left is this eyesight. I was talking to uh, the gang when I got out. I said, "You rarely see me without glasses. This is a special occasion. I actually wear contacts and glasses, and then glasses for reading. My eyesight's very, very bad. I haven't had it checked. It might be getting better." But I said, "Oh, today I put in my contacts only for you guys." I can't read the comments, so if they're like, "Tell her to shut up," I can't read them, which is good. But I
They
can
don't
take
say
them.
that, don't worry.
That's
They say keep
No.
talking, actually.
So anyway, so that's where I'm out at
No, everyone
today.
loves your story. They love your story.
Oh gosh. I'm a little, don't be mad at me, Kilty. I am a coach and I do believe and agree with, 1 meal a day that people see the most success with that. As a hard gainer in general, I know some women don't want to hear this. I do eat 2 meals a day, sometimes three. They're all, yeah, I know.
Oh
They,
no.
yeah, they're all carnivore.
Be
But,
you.
and I'm like, Rick, sometimes he says things, and as nutty as I think he is, I'm like, "Oh god, I think the same things. Oh, shoot. I eat the same, oh, crap. Sorry, Rick, I love you." But it says what does it say? Be I don't
Be you.
Be you.
there you
Be you.
That's right. Rick's younger.
Be
He's
be be whoever you are, and there's nothing to follow or do.
You're
That's
right.
it's just there's nothing. It's just be whoever you want to be, and it's your own journey. It's nobody else's
That's
journey.
true. That's true. Absolutely. Um but yeah, anyway, so I do that. I do fast. I always said I'm never going to fast. I could see me evolving into that. I realize now, I started carnivore January 2024. I couldn't remember the date. I just made up a date. I'm like, I think March, I don't know. And my daughter is here visiting from Mesa, and I don't know what we're talking about. And she goes, "Mom, you were eating that way at Christmas when I visited in Missouri. And when you came in January, you sent meat to my house so I could stay with her and eat because you only ate meat." It's like, oh my gosh, you're right. It's been way longer than I thought. But now looking back, when I was 3 months or 4 months, I realize how new I still am. And for me, I think, you know, you need a few years. And I know nobody wants to hear that. I guess I mean a full year, a few years to get all the healing because I think it keeps going. By the way, I never needed knee surgery. Someone mentioned in a chat how their knee was better a couple months ago, and I went, "Holy crap, my knee is fine. It doesn't Everybody used to tease me. I'd walk up the stairs and go, and it would hurt. I couldn't do, walking long hurt. That knee pain is completely gone. And I was diagnosed with arthritis, especially of the hands. And might see the pinky. That's the remnant. That's the only sign where it has a bump, but that pain's gone. It came to the point I couldn't weight train last year, even light weights, because of the arthritic that nothing can be done. But it's gone, and I don't have any new swelling. I mean, just the permanent part on this one finger. That is it. I I'm stunned, speechless. I talk a lot. That still stuns me, and the knee honestly still stuns me. That how does it go from I know how it goes, but how much pain and crunching and obviously needing surgery too. Oh, it went away.
We're healing on a proper human dietary regimen, which is Occam's razor simple. We made a very complicated story out of life. No other animal requires a nutritionist to tell them how to eat, or has a cookbook of what to eat, or even cooks their food anyway.
Here you go. Yeah.
And we've been basically brainwashed. I got a couple questions. You have some questions coming out, Ollie.
We do have some
Answer,
questions first.
there's cats. That's my answer.
But
Just cats.
I
Well-
do need to
This
drink
is
up. I don't know an
that
alcohol.
doesn't answer. Oh, that's hilarious. DB Carmack says, tell Juliet she's got praise from Mitch, old guy carnivore. And then he says, I just
love Mitch.
wanted to comment to assure that Juliet's amazing. So there you go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
CB knows I had a bad day yesterday, but I was really,
Aw.
sort of a mini meltdown, stress. But you know what? In the end, I realized that's the first time. It's the first time.
Bad days build good days.
Yeah.
Hardship, strongship. The what you think of the thing creates the thing. Right?
Yes.
It's a badass day to build your life because all of it is part of the goodness of the gods. No hardship,
You know
no
what?
strongship.
You know what else you did for me, Dr. Hills? And this helped me. So my confidence feels up. I would never go on. I would never gone on a live even 2 months ago. But what I had said to myself for years is it'd be fun to go on YouTube. I hate technology. I don't know technology. I'm technologically challenged. I can't tell you how many times I've said that to myself. I'm too old. And to my IT at work, I can't do this. And I changed that mindset. Yes, I can. I mean, I need to learn, but I can. And I just changed, as a man thinketh. And I changed that mindset. And I'm doing it. Not perfect. That's fine. I'm doing it great today, as great as I can without being stressed. And I'm learning how to navigate YouTube and post it. Actually, Monday is the first time I drop my videos. They're fun to watch because I do get a good laugh out of my awkwardness, but I just think it takes time.
We're all awkward. It's the nature of life. Let's see. Where was it? There was a
I gotta put
comment.
your channel in the chat. I'm sure I
Don't
put it in the
focus hard,
description.
focus on the growth. But remember, hard, I mean, it's once you start something hard, it becomes easy, but then you'll run into another roadblock or a dip in the road or a pothole, but it's always going to be part of the growth of life. It's all the growth of life.
And now I know I could do it. I can meet these challenges. It's fine. I'm learning so much. And okay, I'm sorry, cheap plug, I guess, but it's not for me. It's for you, Dr. Kilt. I love this. I love this book. On tape or whatever, Amazon, it doesn't do it justice. And I'm so glad I got you. Well, I won't show you because it's embarrassing. I mark it up every morning. I highlight things and I do the old close my eyes and see what God wants me to read today, what I need to hear, and whatever arbitrary pages, that's what I focus on in the day. I don't know. I've had these type of books before. This one is it's just so well written, easy to use. I just love it. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you. Because I mean, I think I always say the mind is the master of all of it. I don't care what diet you eat. It truly is. How are you paving your day through the thoughts in your mind? And by simply changing the thoughts, you change the day. It's it, right? And there's a big thing. Everyone's taking a beta blocker now for anxiety and stage fright, all this other stuff, right? Just another drug. But you just have to do it. The best
Yep.
drug is do it drug, right? Do it.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it.
People
let's
are
see.
asking which book is that you were talking about. The book you were holding up. What's the title of the book?
Daily Inspirations. I have all your
By
books,
Dr. Kiltz.
but
bless
this
you.
is just the one I that separates my husband and I because I sleep with it, and it sort of lands.
Well, and I wrote at a time in my life where I was suffering immensely, and I would do a daily. I would get up, I'd write for just 20 minutes, 30 minutes max, maybe even sometimes 10 minutes. And I do a blog, and I started a website called Mind Body Smile 20 years ago. and I would blog it every day. And so that was my practice to help me to dig out of the hole I was living in. But I was, sort of that hole is the cave, which is the darkness you're supposed to live in order to find the light. And now that's kind of part of it for all of us. And it's interesting. We're all gonna become fertilizer or food for another organism. We're already food for many organisms anyway. And when it happens or how it happens, I mean, this is not a journey to say, oh, if you do this, you'll never suffer, you'll never have a disease. And if you're, the big thing is, oh, you must not be doing it right, carnivore or whatever it is. Well, that's not true. This is just the nature of life.
Yeah.
Just the nature of life. Michael Partlow just had a stroke and he's healing from it, and we're sending prayers on KMT. But all of us, like our good friend Mitch, old guy carnivore, had a stroke, and something is going to happen to all of us in order to make us fertilizer and building blocks for other organisms one day.
But while I'm here, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, and while we're here, do something that, okay, you're going to be embarrassed by, or you're going to have hardship, or heart is going to race, or, they're going to say, oh my God, you've got this or that. Okay, who cares?
Exactly. Another thing I think you taught me, but also I listened to I love watching old Dr. Barry lives. They just crack me up. How he was then and now. But I didn't plan to do a YouTube channel with live interviews or testimonials. Not for me. And probably because when I was setting it up, I'm like, I don't want to be on camera, let alone. And it hit me hard the other day when Dr. Barry's old video was talking about like how the government, and we know this, but he really said it heartfelt, the government's not going to save us. They're not. This food pyramid's not going to change, and only we can change. And you say all the time, the stories, the stories, the stories. And it hit me. I'm like, you know what? I need to get the stories out. All of us, everyone here right now, seriously, I can't stress enough how maybe you think now, oh, she talks, she's a few months ago, I would not do this. I think you thought I was crying one time, Leah, on a video when you called me out and said, "Tell us about yourself." Remember, I said my mom's.
Yeah.
So I was nervously said a few things, and then I went like this. And you're like, "Oh God, tell me." But I was sweaty. But it's not a competition. The more of us, the government's not going to help us. Nothing's going to change in the next 10 years. We are the only ones that could get people to stop eating the vegetables, the carbs. It's not going to happen otherwise. So
God's got this. God's got this, not the government.
We're the messengers.
God's got it.
Messengers.
And God's in all of us. And each of us is on the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of it is this is a journey. And where would you be if you didn't have the hardship of yesterday?
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't be so happy today, just waking up, feeling better, working through a few things, relaxing, doing what I needed to do to actually, yeah, and to nobody get insulted. One of the things I felt I needed to do was detach from YouTube and get off my chats and everything. Like, I just get away from everything. And what I did, and I don't usually do this. I just at 4:30 after my job, again, I work from home, very lucky. I never do this. I just don't have time. I just went and sat in the recliner chair in the living room and just watched TV till bedtime. I was like, phone's going off. I'm going to detach. I'm going to breathe. A good technique, because I didn't used to sleep well. I'm just here sharing a tidbit. I heard somebody say, and I do this every night, it's now a habit. when I pretend, because I don't know if it's possible, I close my eyes, I'm a nose breather, I hit the pillow, I breathe in through the right nostril and let go on the left. And it's really weird to start it and you're like, you can't breathe through one nostril. Hair. I can do that because I think I can. So I tell you what, within 10 minutes of not sleeping for years, even on carnivore, this puts me out. I just breathe in that side, breathe out side, breathe in this side. And it's the most calming thing. And what I learned from yesterday, by the end of the day, I didn't wait till I went to sleep to do that. I know, the light bulb. I did it, you know, after I felt like I was just having a breakdown. Um, I just, did that. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe. And you have your breathing techniques you taught us and everything, but that works for me. So I don't know if someone's out there that wants to try something weird. It really is weirdly works for me. What?
Let's do
Oh,
some of these questions quick. You're doing great, by the way. You are a great speaker, just so you know. Everyone's on the edge of their seats. I'm not just saying that, really. Okay, Anthony says,
thank you.
question, wondering about stem cell therapy, if it would help with my cells in my eyes before I spend a lot on the pills, optic nerve damage, unfortunate for me.
Well, yeah, doctors, I want to hear that one.
Nothing is unfortunate. All is part of the journey. And eat the raw fatty meat. Pottinger's cats. Where do many stem cells come from that they're collecting before they're putting it somewhere?
Isn't it like aborted babies or something?
It's
Crazy.
adipocytes.
Oh, good.
Adipocytes.
My crazy sister-in-law says they kill
remember,
babies. I don't know.
the adipose
Oh, she's
tissue
probably watching.
is the building blocks of the body. Adipose tissue is the critical part of the body. Obesity and fat is cause of no disease. Zero.
Correct.
Zero. And so absolutely, but the real stem cell therapy is just eat raw fat. Contains everything you need. Because remember, the fat suppresses the microbes in the gut, and the adipose tissue contains the stem cells, the minerals, vitamins, the sugars, the proteins, and the fats, and all of it. And my bet is we don't even know all the things that it provides, right? We've been given a scientific story, and even think about our science. We're claiming we know all this science in the keto carnivore world. Maybe we don't know anything.
Exactly. Oh, I forgot to mention the very last thing. Weight training,
What's
blah,
that?
blah, blah. Osteoporosis.
Caused by?
Vegetables. What else? There's nothing else. It's that. Or Pottinger's cats is always my answer.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I am confident this way of eating. Insurance only covers DEXA once a year. It's $100. I'm getting it done in December, my 6th month. There are so many stories, and it was on actually the coaching group she went from osteoporosis. Oh, I'm so sorry. I wish I could call out her name because I'm so excited. Osteoporosis to osteopenia. And, if I could get to osteopenia, which is before osteoporosis, it's her bones are healing, improving. Go ahead, Doc, tell me.
What if we didn't label it? Except I am strong, healthy, and well every day. I am strong, healthy, and well.
My bones are strong, healthy, and well.
I am strong, healthy, and well. And remember, osteoporosis is just inflammation. It's not a lack of calcium.
I know that. Yeah.
It's inflammation that damages the osteoclasts and osteoblasts and all the molecular structure of our bone. But we have all these labels of diseases.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just throw them out. All of them.
Yeah.
No more measuring. Who cares?
At least in our heads, because we have to share the stories. So you have to give them a label. It's like stupid calories. They make absolutely no scientific sense. Absolutely, I am, like, the more I learn, the more I'm like, "This is so stupid that we just can't, do this calorie thing." But I also understand in context in order to explain to people, that we do use that. But I
Well,
always laugh. I think you gave the example, Dr. Nelson or Dr. Hills, I could be wrong, that, well, if you wanna know what your calories are in your lunch today, you have to send it to a lab and they'll, of course, burn it, and then they'll give you the measurements and da da da, and then they'll return it. And okay, well,
does air contain calories or water?
does air captures cats?
Can you
That's probably
breathe
he said he
in
would jump in.
and bring in calories like a plant can do? A plant breathes in calories, doesn't it?
He breathes in. I thought you said brings in. I'm like, what? I'm
Breathes
so
or
confused.
breathes in or brings in. Remember, a plant breathes in carbon dioxide, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
That's their calorie, their building block.
Hmm.
And water, it doesn't bring in calories, except for some animals, they get it all through the water they bring through their body, right?
Yeah.
Like fish.
They
So we
filter it
need
or whatever it is, right? So there are some caloric components in water, unless it's, I guess, sterile water, right? Like we do it. So
to.
go. But
So
that
we need to
it's
leave the plants alone so we could breathe. Don't kill them,
that's
breathe.
what they have stoma, they have mouths basically that breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out.
Rick
Okay.
says the
Next
sun brings
question.
in calories.
Oh,
Oh gosh,
here's
The
a
go ahead.
good
next
one.
question. Oh
Carnivore
yeah,
wing.
sorry. The sun brings
How
in
many
calories.
calories are in sunlight? Ah, another good one.
How many
Go ahead.
calories are in
The knee, I
sunlight?
didn't have the knee surgery. I never specifically what the doctor looked at it and wanted an MRI. I said no at that time. I said no. I knew this that surgery would lead. I'm sorry, the MRI, it would lead to surgery. And at that moment, I was not emotionally capable of going through another surgery. I never did have a knee surgery. I never had proper diagnostics to tell me exactly what was wrong. So yeah, I don't know. I was just going to live with that. I could deal with the shoulder. I couldn't deal with not. I've just seen my brother's an orthopedic surgeon at Dartmouth. He's my older brother, and you just hear stories, some things of going bad. I'm sure most are successful. I just wasn't going to do it.
No. Well, so the leading cause of disease, Dr. Nelson,
Inflammation, plants,
Cardiovascular disease,
what's
inflammation
number
causing
one?
everything.
What's number one?
insulin resistance,
Doctor
doctor.
doctor-directed diseases based
uh,
on our recommended diet and our treatments that
Mm.
ultimately have many side effects, right? Take this
yeah,
pill, side effect disease. Here's this diet, side effect disease. Let's do a surgical procedure, side effect disease, right? And
mhm,
so ultimately it's doctor directed.
yeah.
Can't live with them, can't live without them. If someone's on a carnivore diet and yet getting scalp itching and eczema, what's a good treatment for that? Any ideas? Anyone?
I've got a couple ideas.
And
What was the
Bone
question?
broth.
Sorry.
Drink bone broth.
Oh,
Drink bone broth will get rid of your
oh,
eczema. Drink carnivore and
internal.
bone broth. And stop washing your hair so much. Stop washing your hair so much.
and
I don't
for
wash
my
mine
scalp,
hardly
can
ever.
I put any product on my scalp that might help me?
Tallow,
Love it.
Fat.
tallow shampoo, tallow soap, tallow face lotion.
Michael says Calorie is a measure of heat. Stomach doesn't heat up food like a stove. It's a chemical and enzymatic reaction.
Michael.
Next, Alia.
I think let's see here.
Good, we're done.
No, we're
Oh,
never
we're
done.
almost done.
We got tomorrow. We got later today, tomorrow.
We got every day. Chuck asks, what type of fat were you eating and is it different now? Also, great job. Thumbs up.
Thank you. You know, my diet, it's interesting about that. My diet, I love burgers. I mean, I eat burgers every day. Uh, I don't get sick of them. You know, sometimes I'm like, well, maybe I should have eggs today. My body's always like, no, have the burger. I always want burgers. I mean, from day one. I mean, rarely bacon. I'll buy it and I'm like, yes, I'm gonna have, to get variety, but I don't crave variety. What I do oddly is sometimes crave different fats. So I guess that's what my body needs. I started with beef tallow all the time, beef tallow, beef tallow. After a while, oh, I want to see what that is. After a while, it was ghee, on post, I'm like ghee, ghee, ghee. And not for any reason. It was just something I wanted and tasted good. And now I'm into butter for the last 4 weeks. It's like butter on everything. So that's the fat I settled with. I don't eat cheese. I never liked cheese. I guess that's a good thing. I wanted to try a blue cheese. I didn't like it as a kid, but when Dr. Kiltz talked about it, I'm like, I need to buy blue cheese, but I haven't yet. I do have coffee in the morning, 2 creams. That's the extent of my cream. It doesn't give me issues. I used to have stevia and all that crap, gave it all up. Diet Coke, 8, 9, 10 cans a day. No, I mean, if I really want bubbly, I bought a Soda Stream with just, but not the flavors. So I have it over here. I'll just make Soda Stream. So that's really the majority of my diet. I forgot what else I was going to say. That's it.
What's the name of
One
your
time,
channel again, Juliet?
I don't know. Oh no, it's Carver Coach Edens. I don't know if it'll
Okay.
come up in a search. I mean, I'm just a tiny little new channel. Oh my gosh.
Tiny speck in the universe. It's called the solar system and the sun and then the earth.
Part of it.
Yeah, we're all part of the whole. And ultimately, the whole is created by the part. We are the creators of the universe.
Okay, but I have to tell you, I'm doing something insane. So I'm like, okay, I'll do live. I just had this idea the other day. My husband really has not commented on my carnivore diet. I don't know, maybe 32 years. He just hasn't. I think he's used to me doing something crazy, and I never really said it to him. We both travel an awful lot with work. He's often, I just started eating that way. I didn't really talk about it. I think I might even have lied and say, well, I'm eating more keto. When you start, you don't know if you're going to stick with it, especially if your first few weeks are just you feeling horrible. So I'm like, I'm going to interview you on what you think of me on the carnivore diet. And he said, I think it's fine. And I said, no, don't say anymore. So we never had this discussion. I said, I'm going to write questions. I am not giving you the questions. I want to do this live. And he would start asking a couple. I'm like, no. To be perfectly a forthright and ethical channel, we can't discuss it ahead of time. I mean, and I just want you to be honest. Like, if I have, just be honest, I'm never going to be mad because obviously, quite frankly, at that point, I didn't care what he thought. This was for me at that point, 10 years ago, that was a little different. But at that point, how sick I was, I'm like, I don't care. So we do that live on Sunday because that's his only day off that I'm off. And I think it's going to be funnier that it's going to be a disaster because I think it will. I could just see us sitting next to each other and probably forgetting we're on camera and be like, what's that look for? What do you, I mean, our fun is sort of bickering. We're a weird family, but in a very loving way. But, um, and the looks, people always comment, oh my God, you can't hide your opinion on your face. So I could see my eyes rolling and doing this, but I don't know because I am not prepping and I'm not prepping him. and I wrote down the questions in my office here on an index card, and he's not see them to the live on Sunday.
Oh, it's going to be fun. I have a few comments I need to read, Juliet.
Oh, sorry.
Michael says, no, you're fine.
Oh, Michael.
You inspire me to my goal, working towards telling my story in a channel by early 2026.
Yay. Do it.
I am sharing my story. I am sharing my story is the key to all things. I am. And I am God, because he, she, it is within all of us. It's such a great thing that we're able to share all around the globe, by the way. Oh, by the way.
Tell me.
Just for everyone, my good friend Rena Alualia sent this to me. And we'll talk more about it. And maybe let's see here. It's got something inside. It's about raw nature, by the way. And she's got the primal body and a primal soap. Really nice.
Nice.
100%. Awesome.
Is that one unscented, or does it have a scent? I can't do scents.
This one is lemongrass.
The primal. That'll smell nice.
Some people can do scent. Some people can't do scent, right? And you're right.
Unscented.
All right, cool. I just want to show that. Keep going. What's our
Nancy? Oh, I just want to read two more comments, then we'll do the giveaway. So it says Nancy Ragsdale says, Juliet, thank you for sharing your story. Your journey is incredible.
Sweet,
and the last one, Sandra Moore, thank you for sharing this testimonial. It's so empowering because I'm such a closed off private person. It's hard for me to reach out. I need to come out of the dark and allow others in. You can do it.
Yes.
The darkness.
Right, let's do the
strengthens us. And that's where you go into your private place, your quiet place, your solitude place, and whether it's writing, poetry, music, or just dancing, be you. It's really good in solitude.
Here we go. Who's winning the Kilts Cup today?
I think Rick. Yes, I won yet. Anything.
Video this weekend.
Dustin Hall, congratulations.
Oh,
Yay.
Dustin
Email
Hall.
me,
Awesome.
Alia@drkilts.com, and I will get you your cup. Yay. All right. It's that time again.
All right. It's a beautiful day in paradise. And Dr. Nelson, what's on the week's agenda next week? What's coming up? What do we have going on?
Don't have the names of the guests at hand, but we're going to be here every Monday through Friday, 6 a.m., Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. So who's on the Zoom call on Monday?
His name is Matt Helper.
And Alia, if anyone is
metabolic coach.
If you're afraid to be on with us, that means you have to send Alia a message at alia@drkilts.com and
Please
tell her how much you don't want to be on a live, how much you don't want to share your story, and how hard it is. And
we'll schedule you.
And we will schedule you because it is hard. I don't want to do this. It's like, I want to just hide under a rock.
It's not as hard as you think in your mind ahead of time. There's the mind.
It's really easy.
And yet, hardship builds a strong ship. I always say, if you're uneasy and it's hard because be hard and I can't do it, God is saying, get your shit ass up and go do it.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Go do it.
It's on the other side of fear, I say, is greatness. So you got to push yourself through the fear, and then you do great things. So next week, Monday. Oh, I was going to tell who we have. Jenny Middich will be with us on Monday. Angela Lero on Tuesday. Dave Mack on Wednesday. Kim Morrow, one of our coaches in training on Thursday, and Julie Wilcoxon on Friday. And then we got some.
And we got to get Nick Norowitz in the morning too. But I got an interview with him today at 4:30.
Yeah, 4:30 today. Exactly. And you're speaking to Dr. Eric Westman on Monday for our podcast as well. Dr. Eric Westman, one of the OGs of all of this.
Your brothers and sisters together to share the stories to help us at least, help us heal.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, it's been awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Morning.
It's been fun.
Thank you, Juliet.
I love you, my brothers and sisters. Thank you, Juliet. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Dr. Nelson.
Have a great day.
All right.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Go over to
All
Old
right.
Guy Carnivore.
Old guy. Go
Oh,
over to Mitch.
you have 2 homework assignments. Go see Mitch, but also the podcast is released this morning. So go watch our podcast. Also with Dr. David Meatup and Dr. Kiltz.
Before we sign off, we should get a live link with Mitch. Can we do that tomorrow, Monday?
I already posted it in the chat, the link, so people just need to have it over
meaning that we just kind of show you can open up another window with Mitch live and then put it in and add it to our live.
Oh, okay. Let me figure that out.
But you just open another window.
Oh, I got it. We'll do it right now. If he's here, let's see.
Mitch,
Let's see if he's live.
And then, I mean, you can do that right now. I know we're off, but we're
not off.
on.
We're still on. I haven't hit the button.
Open up, Mitch.
Let's see.
On a separate window.
I don't. Okay, he's live. He is live. Let me open this up. Let's see how we do this.
Yeah, just another tap and then share it.
Oh, okay. This is going to be really Twilight Zone-y. This is going to be super Twilight Zone-y. Watch, because he is showing our screen also. So let's see. Morning coffee with Mitch.
Now go ahead and add it to the. Add it.
Here we go. So Mitch is showing our screen and we're showing Mitch's screen.
All together.
Outer Limits, Twilight Zone, whatever you want to call it. Mitch, have a great show, Mitch. Go hang out with Mitch.
A great day and a nice weekend.
End stream now. Bye, everybody.
All